This example is from 5-2, which is your binomial distribution. A problem follows a binomial distribution if the probability of success is always the same. For example, flipping a coin. I always have a 1 in 5 chance of getting heads. Pulling a red card from a deck. I always have 13 out of 52 as my probability for pulling a red card as long as I replace it. So the binomial distribution formula is this. It looks pretty exciting, especially with this formal notation here. But simply, if we can come up with the values for x, n, and pi, we've got it. Now, n is your number of trials, x is your number of successes, and then pi is the probability of success. So for example, on a coin, that would be 50% or 0.5 if my success was landing on heads. Then, so if you want to pause and write that down if you missed these notes or don't have them at home. Then, let me show you the examples we did in class. Hopefully you can read my chicken scratch. And you may want to pause it here and write down these examples. And like I said, once you get x, n, and pi, it's pretty simple. Now, let's look at the homework question from MyLabs Plus. And there's our formula. Again, looks pretty exciting. But it looks like we've got a stock either going up or down. So that's a 50-50 chance. It's going to do one or the other. And we want to look at an increase, so that would be considered a success. And it happening on 12 consecutive days, okay? Well, the number of trials, we're observing it over 12 days. How many successes do we want? 12. We want it to go up on 12 consecutive days. The probability of it going up, again, is 50%. Okay, let's fill in the formula. So the probability that the number of successes will be 12, I'm not going to write all of this here. We don't need to be that formal, is n factorial over x factorial, the difference with n and x, which is going to zero out, times the probability to the x power. Again, we're looking at 12 days in a row. And then 1 minus the probability to the n minus x power. And that's going to zero out. Make sure you can see that. Okay? So, these cancel. 12 minus 12 is 0. 0 factorial is 1. So all that cancels out. So we have 0.5 to the 12th power. 1 minus that is 0.5, but to the 0 power is 1. And put that in your calculator, and there's your probability.